Hi, my loves. I have made a horrible decision. So I decided this will be so fun. I'm in the middle of Windy City right now, and I figured let me take you along with me. I've read Mile High, I've read The Right Move, and now I'm in the middle of Caught Up. So I was like, oh, this weekend, super great idea. Let me do a Let's Finish Windy City with me. Sorry, the glare is driving me nuts. I have Fridays off work, and I was fully planning on filming and reading all day today. Tell me why it is midnight on Friday right now, and I have done 0 reading. Not off to a great start. I'm also busy on Saturday, which is today technically, but we'll just say tomorrow for the hell of it. I'm busy tomorrow. I have a concert I'm going to, and then on Sunday I have plans, so I have kind of screwed myself a little bit here because I do a lot of reading at work and I cannot film at work. So basically this Let's Finish Windy City in a weekend with me has just turned into Let's Finish Windy City with me in like 10 hours. So wish me luck. I'm gonna hope for the best here. I don't see this going well, but we're gonna read for a little bit longer tonight and then hopefully get a good start on the series tomorrow morning. We're gonna hopefully get a decent jump on it in the morning, try and wake up a little bit earlier, and then hopefully read as much as we can. But yeah, I'm gonna read out here for probably another hour or so, and then I'm gonna hit the sack and try again in the morning. So wish me luck, loves. So I am 39% in currently. Sorry, this glare, man. I'm 39% in, and I'm really enjoying this so far. I will say, right now, this isn't hooking me quite as much as Mile High and The Right Move did. I don't exactly know why. It's just right from the jump, I'm not loving it quite as much. I like their banter a lot, but I think from an emotional standpoint, just based on Kai and Miller, not including Max, because Max is everything, and I love Max, but they aren't hooking me as much as the other couples did so far, by this point anyway. But Max and Miller and Kai and Max are everything. I love them so much. So that I'm really, really enjoying. I love the dynamic that Max makes in the book, but I'm 39% of the way right now, and I think I'm about to go to bed. I might read a little bit in bed. Who knows? I wanted to sit out here with my cats, but they don't want to sit with me right now. So yeah, I'm 39% of the way through. I'm on chapter 20, and right now Miller has just baked something for the first time that wasn't super fancy or for her job prep, and she just kind of rediscovered her love of baking again. So that was really nice to see, especially because Max got to be involved, and he's adorable. I love him so much. So I like where this is headed. At the beginning, it just all feels a little surface level to me, I think. So now that we're finally starting to get to the depth where Miller is starting to discover her love for baking again, and we get to see Kai discover himself again as well, and then we also just get to see the growing bond between Miller and Max. It's just everything. I'm starting to have a really, really good time with this so far. So I think I'm going to read a little bit more before I go to bed, but I'm going to do that in bed. And so I will talk to you guys in the morning. I wasn't going to film anymore. I said that, but it's almost 2 a.m. and I did read for a little bit, and now I'm 41% through. I was 39% through when I went to bed, and I am now 41% through. I got a little bit sidetracked. I fell down the TikTok rabbit hole. It's a dangerous place, but I'm 41% through, and I had to pop in because it's almost 2 a.m. I'm tired and I'm emotional because Miller just brought Max to the field because she thought he was gonna walk, and tell me why I am on the verge of tears. My eyes did water. So I just had to pop in because that was everything. And also, I am loving seeing Kai get so comfortable with Miller that he's starting to just want to wrap his arms around her at the house, and when he kisses Max, he reaches for her kind of thing as well, and it's just adorable. But I had to pop in because that scene is everything. So now I'm hopefully going to bed. Well, I'm gonna read for a little bit longer, but this is hopefully the last time that you see me tonight. So goodbye, my lovelies. I will catch you later today because it's 2 a.m. But I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll see you on Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday. It's still Friday, even though it's 2 a.m. So good night. It's tomorrow. I'm having a rough go of it. I woke up and I have a sty in my eye. So reading is kind of challenging right now, but I've made it to 69% of the way through. And I'm having a really good time with this. This is the part of Caught Up that I love so much, is when they start to be a lot more emotional together and you really see both of them start to fall in love with each other and then also start to fall in love with the dynamic. And it's just everything. Like right now Max is sick and they're taking care of him together, and it's so perfect. And you see Miller just really start to fall in love with Max and start to realize like, oh, this is a part of my life that I really do not want to give up, and it's gonna be so hard to do this when I have to. So I'm having a really good time with it. I'm getting teary-eyed, but that also might be because my eye hurts so bad. I'm just having the best time with this. It's really emotional and it's just so good. Their dynamic is just everything. You know, like they immediately, as soon as Max and Miller start to get close, they just fall into this perfect, this beautiful family dynamic, and I'm eating it up. I'm loving every single second. So I think I'm gonna try and finish this today. I have to leave soon for my concert that I'm going to, but I'm gonna read a bit more until I have to start getting ready, and then I'm hopefully gonna read a little bit at the venue. I'm gonna be one of those people and read at the venue, and then hopefully I'll finish this when I get home. But let's be honest, it's gonna be like midnight when I get home, so I doubt I'm gonna want to do that, but I'm gonna try. So I'll catch you guys later. Hi, my lovelies. I am home from the concert. So I actually did read a big chunk of Caught Up while I was out, which was great. So I'm now 81% of the way through. And if you've read Caught Up before, you know what happens in and around this part of the book. So I was reading this at the venue and I remembered what was about to happen. So I decided to not put myself through that at a public place. So I'm gonna just take you with me for it. Let's get my reaction to something that happens at about 81 or 82% of the way through the book. So here we go. Wish me luck. I'm gonna take you with me because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cry. So I hope you enjoy. I'm not going to. It's gonna fuck this shit. Oh my god. I hate this. We have fun here. I am a mess right now. I just finished chapter 36. Also, ignore my eye. It's so bad. Don't look at it. But I just finished chapter 36, and tell me why it got worse. It got worse. I'm gonna give some quotes for context, so if you don't want to hear them, skip to this timestamp. Miller, if you ever decide to stop running and make a home, make it with me. And that night when Kai whispers that today was a good day, I don't tell him that they can all be good days, because for me this was the very last one. I'm done. I'm not gonna film anymore because it's just gonna be tears. But I had to update that it got worse. I don't know how it got worse, but it did. So I'm probably gonna go to bed now. So I love you guys. Hi, my loves. It's morning. It's Monday. You didn't hear from me yesterday because I didn't read it all. So my finishing Windy City in a weekend did not happen. So now we're gonna try and do it. I'm just gonna film the rest of it and hope that I can get this out sometime soon. So I'm on my way to work. My goal for the day is I'm gonna finish Caught Up, and then I'm gonna start Play Along, hopefully put a decent chunk into it. That's the hope. I am probably gonna have a little bit of time to read at work, so I won't really be able to vlog that, but if there's anything important, I will come back with my thoughts for it. Well, I'm hoping for the best here. I might have a busy day at work and not really read anything, but I am finishing Caught Up today. So, I will see you later. When I either have finished Caught Up or I am about to finish Caught Up, I will take you with me. I will catch you later, my lovelies. Hi, loves. So, first off, it's Tuesday. I don't remember if I updated yesterday, but I finished Caught Up. I really enjoyed it. I think I said I gave it 4 stars, which is pretty good, I feel like. And I've started Play Along now. I read a little bit while I was at work, and I'm loving it so far. It is so good. I'm having the best time. Right now, I'm just waiting because I have an appointment, so I figured I would talk to you about how I'm feeling about it. And then also, I would say read with me, but I forgot my Kindle. So that kind of sucks. So we're just gonna chat about Play Along so far. So I am about 10% in, and this is the one that I think I was most excited about for my reread because I didn't love it the first time I read it, which is really shocking because I love a golden retriever main character. I love a female main character that's a little bit more icy and misunderstood. So going into this, I was really excited because I loved both the characters in the earlier books, and I was just really excited to get theirs. But I didn't love it when I first read it. And then starting it this time hooked me immediately. I'm having the best time with it so far. I'm 10% in, like I said, and first off, Isaiah's hand, when they're walking through the crowd and he puts his hand out for her to grab in case she gets lost. I love stuff like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then also, Kennedy's drunk thoughts were everything. I love it so much. They were so cute. I was highlighting the crap out of that chapter. It was everything. I'm so excited about this because with Caught Up, like I said, it didn't hook me right from the jump. So I was a little bit wary going into this one because I didn't want it to be a repeat. But from the jump, I'm so hooked. I loved the prologue. I thought it set everything up really well. And then getting into the first chapter and seeing their interactions and seeing how excited and how gone Isaiah is for her, I'm so here for it. I'm just so excited to keep reading. I can't wait. So I will check in with you guys when I have a little bit more of an update. I can't film myself reading here because I don't have my Kindle and I film on my phone. So I'll read a little bit in between my appointment when my appointment starts, and then, or maybe I'll come back once my appointment's over, and then that way I can give you some more thoughts while I wait in the reading room kind of thing. And I'll have a little bit more to say, so I will check in with you guys in a bit. Babes, I'm back from my appointment, and let me just say, I finished chapter 18. Isaiah Rhodes. I did not expect him. With the other main characters, you expected a little bit more. But with Isaiah, oh my god. And also, just the way that he approaches Kennedy's, not fear of touch, but just like her fear a little bit, and the fact that she might not be enough, the way that he approaches it is so wonderful. He never makes her feel bad about it, and he always tries so hard just to make her feel safe, and it's everything. It's something that she's been made to feel bad about her entire life, or that she's just never been exposed to, and he never judges her for that. He never makes her feel less than because of it. And granted, it seems like such a small thing, like, oh yeah, of course anybody would do it, but the way that it's written here, the way that we're seeing it, and just the way that it's being received by Kennedy is just everything. I'm eating it up. I honestly think this might be my favorite so far of all my rereads. I think Rio might take top spot in the full series because I love Rio. But out of all my rereads, I thought for sure that Ryan Shea was going to keep his place at top spot, but apparently not. I think it might be Isaiah. So I'm going to keep reading. Well, I'm not going to keep reading right now. I have to drive home. And then I'm going to read a little bit more at home. But oh my god, Isaiah Rhodes, I see you. I'm actually loving him so much. I just have notes here because I wrote stuff down that I wanted to say so I didn't forget. but I'm just loving this. I did not expect this going into this reread, but I could not be happier. I'm so pleasantly surprised. So I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna read more when I get home. I still have some time today, so I genuinely think that I could finish this. I'm flying through it. I think I'm at 50% through right now. Again, I can't check because I'm filming on my phone and that's what I'm reading, but I'm unstoppable with this. I'm flying through it. Like, you cannot stop me right now. I'm having the best time. So I would not be surprised if I finish this tonight. I don't think you could stop me if you tried. I'll film when I have more thoughts. I'm 100% reading more tonight, so you will definitely see me before today is over. But yeah, I can't wait to keep reading this, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hi, my lovelies. I'm home now, and I'm gonna keep going on play along. I think the last time I updated, I was about 60% in. I'm not 100% sure. I'm around there. I'm a little over halfway, so we're gonna keep going there. But I'm just having the best time with this, so I'm very excited. So we're gonna read for a bit, and I'll check back in when I have something to say. Okay, I'm around 80% through now. I have some thoughts. For one, if Max isn't very present in Rewind It Back, I'm going to be so unbelievably upset because I love Max so much. I love his dynamic with the friend group. I'm also really excited to see more of the kids because in Rewind It Back, they're going to be older. So I'm very excited about that. Also, the love confession, it just slips out. But let's be honest, we all knew. We all knew. That's how you were feeling, babe. But I just love their dynamic so much. Like, they are the perfect balance of fun and flirty and playful while also being able to get deep with each other, and both of them have stuff that they need to work on and work through, and they lean on each other so beautifully, and I'm loving every single second of it. I'm just eating this up. I cannot stop. So I'm not going to. I'm going to keep going. So here we go. We're going again. In the epilogue, I'm almost done, and he's just so gone for her. I love it so much. Like, the fact that they're at this place, I can't say where, obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything, but she's like, who is it? And he's like, it's me, Kenny. She's like, Isaiah, you can't see me. He's like, please, I miss you. It's only been a few hours. It's just adorable, especially with what she said earlier about how she dreamed of being cared about so much that someone would miss her if she wasn't there, to being loved by somebody who misses her if she's just around the corner. It's so perfect. They are so well suited for each other. I love them so much. Hi, my loves. So last you saw me, I was reading the epilogue for Play Along, and I finished it. And it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I had a feeling as I was reading it, how even as I started it, I had the sneaking suspicion that it would be my favorite reread out of all of them, and I was right. It was the best one by a mile, no questions asked. Before, my favorite was The Right Move, which I think at the end of this video I'm going to talk more about the books that I didn't read in the video, and then also all the other ones as well. But with The Right Move, like, even that one, it started to kick in towards the end that I was loving it so much. But with Play Along, I felt it between them immediately, and I fell in love with both characters immediately. And so I don't know if I'm gonna rate it a 4.75 or a 5-star yet. I'm gonna think about it more once I start Rewind It Back. But I just had the best time with this. I loved every single second of this. It's just had the perfect blend of everything that I love in a book, right? It's got a main character that you can swoon over. It's got a female main character that you really want to root for, that you want to see really grow and develop into her true self. And it's just so wonderful. Like, Isaiah, he was so fun to read about, but he also had a lot of depth to him that we didn't really get to see in the past books. And so seeing him start to work through the stuff that he was dealing with was really wonderful. But then the big thing was just like all the light and the life that he brought to Kennedy's life. She had been so reserved and so into herself. Like, she could bloom but she had just pushed everything down. And then under Isaiah, he just helped her open up and really become herself. And it was really nice to read. I loved it so much. And they were just so fun together. They had such good banter, and their banter is my favorite. Like, it's not mean. It's like she'll just give him anything and he'll just fall at her feet kind of thing. But they snipe at each other a little bit. They were just perfect. They were everything. And so, God, I'm sorry if you need birds. I just had the best time with this. I had the best time with this. I don't know how Rewind It Back is going to compare. It's Rio. So obviously it's going to be amazing. But this was just everything. I couldn't have asked for a better reread. This was just everything. I loved it so much. I think it also had me crying at work. This was just everything. This was everything. I could not have asked for anything different to happen in this book to make me love it more. There was just everything. I loved this. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Now, I don't know if I'm going to start Rewind It Back today. I might start it tomorrow, but if I start it tomorrow, I'll start at work. So I don't know how much I'm going to get into it. I might try and read a little bit more tonight. So if you see me tonight, then I read a little bit more. So I'm going to try and put a decent chunk into that tomorrow at work. So I don't know how far I'm going to get into this today or tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys about this soon. I'm so excited because this is what this whole video is about, is getting to this book, is getting to Rewind It Back, because this is the one that I've been waiting for, man. I've been waiting for this since Mile High. As soon as we got introduced to Rio, I was honestly Team Indy and Team Rio. Before. I wanted them to get together. And then when I read that her book was with Ryan, I was disappointed. Crazy to think about that now. But I was so ready for Rio's book. I couldn't wait for it. And then finding out that it's childhood best friends to lovers to strangers to enemies to lovers, it was just everything. I was so excited about it. So the fact that I'm finally here, I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's just everything. Sorry, I'm excited, but yeah, this is the moment that I've been waiting for since 2022, bro. 2022, I've been waiting for this. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So if I have anything else to say, I will come back. But yeah, you'll see me at some point. I'll talk to you guys later. So I just finished chapter 3, which means I am, I can't read apparently. I'm 9% of the way through, and oh my God. Okay, so let me walk you through what's happening here right now, okay? So I started this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm reading Rio's book. So I'm so excited, I'm feeling all the feels, I'm just jazzed. But first chapter didn't really get me as much as I was wanting it to, so I was like, ooh, oh no. Okay, let's give it a chance. And then we got a Hallie chapter, and I was like, ooh, this is also not really getting me. Granted, I love Rio, and that was just reaffirmed in his chapter. I got so excited just having him exist and reading his POV. Just excitement and happiness and joy because it's him and I love him. But the hook wasn't there. So I got a little bit nervous. But then, chapter 3, this is what I'm wanting. Chapter 3, the past chapters, everything. So basically, I need there to be like 17 past chapters because everything. This is what I want. This is what I need. So now I'm hooked. The past chapter got me. So I'm 9% of the way through. I'm probably going to go to bed and I'm going to read a little bit more. I don't think you'll hear from me anymore until my next reading update after work. So I'm hoping I'll be able to read a decent chunk. But I'm at 9% of the way through right now. Just about to start chapter 4. And I'm going to go to bed. But oh my God. Okay, here's the thing. Present hasn't hooked me yet. But the past, eating up the past. I'm eating it up. I'm loving it. It's the best. It's exactly what I was wanting for them. Chef's kiss. The past chapters. So cute. The fact that when she introduced herself, her brother was like, you don't need to say your first and last name every time you introduce yourself. And then he's like, hi, I'm Rio DeLuca. Just everything. It was just everything. It was everything. I loved it so much. And just picking up on little things that he does because of her, picking a song when an important moment happens, I'm willing to bet the farm that his boombox has something to do with her, or maybe it was hers. Just eating this shit up. I'm so excited. I'm just eating this up. I can't wait to keep going. Granted, the present needs to hook me a little bit more, but the past has got me, bro. The past has got me, and I'm here for it. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go to bed now, somehow. Self-control at its finest, let me tell you. But I'm having the best time with this. Well, it's not as good as Play Along so far, but these past chapters, bro, they're gonna get me. They're gonna take Play Along's place, the past chapters. That's what's up. So I will update back when I have more to say. I'm so excited to keep going. Okay. I love you guys. Bye. I'll talk to you tomorrow, most likely. Hi, loves. It's Wednesday. I finished work. I was able to read a bit at work. I'm gonna make this quick because I'm filming somewhere where a lot of people are driving by and walking by, and I probably look like a weirdo. So I'm gonna try and make this quick. I made it 12 chapters through, rewind it back, and I will say this, I'm still not really hooked, and it's making me really sad because this is the book that I was most excited for, and so I was assuming when I picked it up that immediately I was just going to be eating it up and I was going to be having the best time with it. And when I read the first chapter, like I said earlier, it just didn't really hook me as much as Play Along did. Granted, Play Along was everything, so maybe everything else is just sucking in comparison, but I started this one and it didn't immediately hook me like that one did, and then I got the past chapters like I was saying, and the past chapters were so good and they started to hook me, and so I was really excited. I'm keeping going and I'm having a good time with the past chapters. I'm loving, here's the thing, I'm loving his dynamic with the friend group. They're the best part of the book so far. The crappy thing is that the present romance still just isn't hooking me. Don't get me wrong, I like their love story. I'm intrigued by what's going on with them, but I'm not emotionally attached to them. I'm not emotionally connected to them at all. I love the past chapters, those I'm hooked, but the present ones just aren't really doing anything for me, which is devastating. I love Rio. I really love Rio. He's such a sweetheart. The fact that he's making her lattes every morning and just everything about him, how he's loved her his whole life. It's just everything, but the present chapters just aren't hooking me, and it's so upsetting because I wanted this to be my favorite. I went into this thinking that it was going to be my favorite. Granted, I'm only 12 chapters through, so I'm going to give it time. Maybe it's a slow burner, but it's not living up to my expectations. I'm done my shift now, so I'm going to go inside, read for a little bit. I think I can get through a decent chunk of this once I get inside. But usually in the other books, aside from Caught Up, I would have gotten hooked by this point. You know, like with Caught Up, it was the one that took me the longest to really get into. So in Mile High, as soon as we got the first "You Following Me?" I was so hooked. And then with The Right Move, I was just hooked immediately because it's fake dating, it's everything. With Caught Up, it took me the longest because it felt more like lusty at the beginning until it got into the emotional stuff. And then with Play Along, it was just immediate. Like prologue had me. So with this, chapter 1 didn't, the past chapters did, and then we got put back in the present, and I was kind of just like, meh, you know, so it's so sad. You know what, it is actually a nice day, and it would be kind of nice not to read in my room, so I might read a little bit here, actually. So yeah, I think I'll read here for a bit, but I'll check back in when I have some more thoughts, so I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, I am 54% through the book right now, so I just finished chapter 22, and I love the past chapters so much, like so much, but sorry, my car just made a really weird noise. Anyway, I love the past chapters so much, and every time I read them, it makes me happy. They make me happy. I just get excited. I get all giddy, you know, like this is what I want. From a childhood friends to whatever to lovers, this is what I want, more of this. But we don't get very many past chapters. Every single time they come, I get really excited because it's just what I want from this book. And then we get to the present chapters and it's almost like this wave of disappointment hits me a little bit. I want to love this so badly. Sorry, the glare again. I want to love this so badly, like so badly. But I'm just not, and it's killing me. It is killing me because this is the end of the series, and I've been waiting for Rio's book since 2022. This is the most excited I've ever been about a book, and it's just not living up to my expectations. I got hope when we got the past chapters that this was just going to be everything to me, but it's just not. And it's killing me because I want to love it so badly. And I really love Rio. He's such a sweetheart. He is so gone for her. And you can feel the love that I can't feel the love. This is the problem, actually. I feel the love when they're kids, but I'm not feeling it when they're adults. And it's driving me nuts because I want to. I want to so bad. And the fact that I'm not is killing me. I hate to say it, but I think this is going to be my least favorite of the series. And there is still time for it to grow. I'm only 54% of the way through. And by this point, Caught Up started to go uphill for me, so I have hope. But I find that when I'm reading, if I don't have a strong foundation, or at least some kind of foundation in the beginning, then I don't love the book, and I can't really fall in love with it later. With Caught Up, the foundation was there because I loved Max so much. Their relationship foundation wasn't super strong for me, but I just loved Max. And so seeing Max and Miller fall in love, that made me fall in love with Kai and Miller when they eventually got to the love bit, because I loved the family dynamic that they were building. And right now, I hate to say it, but it's Rio and the friend group that I'm loving, and then Hallie is just kind of there. I hate it. I like Hallie as a character, but she's not really anything special to me right now. I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna finish it, obviously. It's Rio's book, so I can't not finish it. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, this isn't doing anything for me. The only things that I look forward to are the past chapters and then the friend group stuff. That's it. That's the only thing that's really getting me through this book. If it was just their present, in a completely different series, like this is book 1, I don't think I would continue it, if I'm entirely honest. So I'm gonna keep going, but I'm kind of bored. So wish me luck. I'm really hoping for the best here. It's Rio, so I'm gonna love it for him, but I wanted to love this. I wanted to fall in love with this. I'm not. Anyway, I'm gonna stop before I keep going on and on about how sad I am. So I'm going to check back in a bit. As I said, I'm 54% of the way right now. I don't think this update was very much different from the update from chapter 12. The only difference is now is that they're starting to grow on me a little bit at this point. I don't know if I said that, but the overwhelming feeling that I'm feeling right now is just disappointment. I know I said that probably like 16,000 times at this point, but yeah, that is where I'm at right now. So I'm going to check back in a bit. I'm going to go inside now, and then I'm going to read for a bit more, and then I'll check back in when I have more thoughts. So I will talk to you guys in a bit. Hi loves. I'm about 75% of the way through right now, and I love Rio. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I mean, they are growing on me a little bit, but I'm just not super invested. I love this series, and so I don't want it to be over, but I keep reading because I love them. And here's the thing though, I'm not reading because I want to see what happens between them. I'm reading because I'm hoping that I'm going to get a glimpse of the friends or the kids or a past chapter. I'm just reading for that. I'm not reading for the romance itself. The only part of the romance that I'm reading for actively is the past chapters, but we don't get them very frequently anymore. So it's just hard. Every time we get little snippets of things from the past that are in the present, or things that we've seen Rio doing forever that tie back into Hallie, just stuff like that, and also what we've just figured out at like 75% of the way through. I think, hold on, what chapter am I on? At the beginning of chapter 33, we find something out about both the characters, which I love, by the way. I love when stuff like that happens. It's one of my favorite things. But this book itself just isn't really getting me excited. Hold on, let me fix this. Let me sit up. Hi, new angle. So this book itself, the romance between them, just isn't getting me as excited as the other book characters did. And I'm really, really upset about it because this is one that I just, like I've said this over and over again, this is one that I wanted to love the most. And this is the one that I was looking forward to the most. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad book by any means. It's just not one that's actively got me hooked. It's all external stuff that is making me enjoy this. Seeing the interactions with the friend group, like I've mentioned, and the past chapters. Yes, technically those are Rio and Hallie, but they're not present Rio and Hallie. They're not the Rio and Hallie that we're supposed to be loving actively, because we only get to see them like 6 or 7 times. And so the present is what I really wanted to love. I wanted to see, I don't know what I wanted to see. I just wanted to love this more. And I mean, I'm 75% of the way through, so maybe something will happen at the end that's gonna make me love this. I doubt it. I hate to say it, I do. But I'm just bored, and that's devastating to me. Because like I said, I have been waiting for this for so long. And so the fact that this, my most anticipated book of the past 3 years, is letting me down is breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. So it is what it is. Not every book is going to be a winner, and who knows, maybe because I just read Play Along, this just couldn't live up to the expectations that set. Because Play Along was everything. You can't get me to shut up about Play Along, I loved it. But maybe because that was so amazing, this just had big footsteps to follow. Big shoes to fill. That's the expression I'm trying to find. So it was just not possible for it to be better or be anywhere near as good. It's not a bad book, the romance isn't bad, but it's just not hooked me anywhere near as much as I wanted it to. But we're gonna keep going. I think I can finish this tonight. So I'll update you in a bit. I don't know if I'll have anything else to say before I finish the book. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But you'll see me again tonight because I think I can finish this tonight. I will talk to you guys later, my loves. Okay, I'm in the epilogue. I'm 98% of the way through. And we just had something happen that Rio has been looking forward to since the beginning. I'll put a spoiler warning here in case you guys don't want to know. So leave now, come back, or just stay, but don't stay if you want no quotes. Okay. So Ryan finally said that he loves Rio, which is so cute, by the way. It wasn't what I wanted though. Like, Rio didn't have really any reaction to it, which kind of bothers me since we've been leading up to this the entire series. But again, it finally happened. So I'm happy that happened. But no reaction. Anyway, I'm happy it happened, but really? Anyway, so I think this is where, right here, this is where people are coming back to now. So hi, welcome back. I'm in the epilogue now. I'm in the last little bit of the epilogue, and I thought, this is the end of the series. It's gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me upset. So come with me. Maybe you can see me cry again. This will be so much fun. Let's go. There's the tears. I finished it. Here's the thing. Okay, the ending is obviously gonna make me emotional. It's the end of Windy City, and I've loved this series forever. This is one of my favorite series. Maybe I will rate Play Along 5 stars, I don't know. But this is a 5-star series for me, 100%. Like, the love that I have for these characters, it's almost unparalleled. I have maybe 2, 3 series that compare or are on an equal level to this. I love these characters, and knowing that it's over is devastating. Oh, I don't want to put my glasses on, I'll cry again. I'm a mess. I'm feeling things. The tears are gonna come. Am I sad about how Rewind It Back went? Yes. Obviously, I'm gonna have more cohesive thoughts. Coherent. I'm gonna have more put together thoughts in a little bit. I'll come back at a different time with more put together thoughts. Coherent, I think. I'm just gonna go with it. You know what I'm trying to say. So I'll come back when I have my mind together. But I'm just sad that this is over. Yes, Rewind It Back wasn't everything that I wanted it to be. I think this is probably gonna sit between a 3.25 and a 3.75. Somewhere in amongst there. It might be a 3.5. Which sucks. That's the lowest I've rated any of these books. But I was just bored for a lot of it, which I hated. everything to do with all the external stuff, the friends, the kids, just seeing everybody grow. It was everything. And also just Rio. I love Rio so much. I love him to the moon and back. But his romance just wasn't everything that I wanted it to be, and that's what makes me so sad, because like I said over and over again in this damn video, his was the one I was most excited for, so the fact that it didn't live up to my expectations really sucks. But I love this series. And this series, the series itself, take away Rio's romance, the series concluded so well here. We got to see everybody end up where they wanted to end up, and I had chest pains when I finished this, knowing that it was gonna end. I felt it in my chest. I felt the pain. I felt I'm gonna miss them a lot. I'm really happy with how this ended. Everybody found exactly what they were looking for. Everything got resolved the way everybody wanted. I love this series. I love these characters. I'm sad about this book because it didn't end up hooking me in the last 25%. Shocker, I know. But the series as a whole just has my whole heart. So yeah, I'll come back to you guys later once I've thought about how I feel about everything more. And then I think I'll also do like total Windy City wrap up. I'll give you my ratings for everything. And I'll also talk about Mile High and The Right Move, which I didn't read in this video because, in all honesty, I read Mile High in one day and I forgot to film. And so my initial plan was I'm going to read all of Windy City and vlog the whole thing. And then I binged Mile High and realized I didn't film any of it. And I also didn't write any of my thoughts down, so I couldn't pretend to film it later on. And then with The Right Move, I was like, oh, I didn't film Mile High, so I can't do the vlog anymore. So I didn't film that either. But then I started caught up right before I finished work for the week, so I was like, oh, let me just do the remainder of it in a weekend. That did not work out. It didn't happen in a weekend, so I could have done the full thing. But alas, I'll talk to you guys in probably a day or two once I've thought about everything more. And I still have to decide on my rating for Play Along. I still don't know what I want to rate that. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for following along with me. I'll talk to you guys in a couple days. Hi, loves. Why am I still wearing my seatbelt? So it's been over a week. I started filming the caught up portion of this on about a week and a half ago. And I finished it. I finished everything last Wednesday, I want to say, and it's Monday right now. But I just didn't film anything else. And I just waited till just now to do it. And this video is going out in 2 days, so it took a little while. But I honestly did need the time because I had no idea what I was going to rate, play along, or rewind it back. So let's talk about it. Grab yourself a coffee and let's talk about every single book in the Windy City series and all of my ratings for them. Okay, that was the weirdest thing ever. A car just drove past me and they sat next to my car for like 20 seconds straight. Anyway, so Mile High. Love Mile High. I rated this 4.25. It was just the absolute best start to this reread that I could have asked for, because when I read this the first time, I loved it. I didn't think it could get any better than this. It blew my mind, really. I think I rated it like a 4.5, 4.75, something like that. And then on my first reread, I really liked it, but I rated it a lot lower. I think I rated it like a 3.5 because I really felt the length. And I will say, my second reread, i.e. my third time reading it this time around, I did feel the length towards the end, and that's why it's not rated higher. But the reason I gave it a 4.25 is because I just love them. They're just so fun. They have such good banter, and as soon as we got the first two following me, I just got so giddy, like kicking my feet giddy, and I was just so pumped going into this reread. So this set this whole thing up so perfectly. I love Mile High. No slander for Mile High here. This is a Mile High loving space. Obviously, you can talk bad about it if you don't like it, but we're team Mile High in this household. So next was The Right Move. I really enjoyed this reread, but I will say I went into this thinking that The Right Move was going to be a 5-star, because I think the first time I read it, it was a 4.75, and then the second time I read it, it was a 4.75. And so I went into this being like, this is it. It's 5-star time for Mr. Ryan Shea. But it just didn't. I don't know what it was, but something was just missing from this. I think part of it was as well that they just didn't hook me in the beginning, which I was really shocked by, because they're one of my favorite couples. I think they're one of everybody's favorite couples, let's be honest. But at the beginning, they just didn't really hook me. And so towards the end, obviously, it got me. It wasn't towards the end. It was probably as soon as they started faking, it got me. And as soon as we started seeing all the little things that he was doing, like the coffee and all of the other things, and I'm not going to spoil, but as soon as we started seeing all of that, that's when the love started coming through for me. And that's when I started having the best time with this. So I rated it a 4.5 because, like I said, it was really good, but it didn't hook me immediately, and it did feel like something was missing. So it was definitely a good book, but I'm sad that it wasn't a 5-star because this is one that I was almost 99% sure that it was going to be a 5-star when I read it, but it wasn't. So it wasn't a 5-star, but it's okay. I had a really good time with it, and I don't really have any complaints. It just didn't hook me immediately. The next one was Caught Up, which we read together. I rated this a 4-star. I don't actually know if I talked about it at all. I think I completely skipped over my thoughts afterwards and just went right into play along, so I apologize for that. I had a really good time with this. Caught Up is always the one that makes me feel the most. No matter what, no matter how many times I read this series, it always makes me feel the most, without fail. But it never hooks me right away because it feels very insta-lovey at the beginning for me for at least like 50% of the book. And then the only time that I really get invested in these characters and in the book is when we start to see Max and Miller getting close and bonding. So once that starts happening, it's basically around the time when they cook together for the first time. That's when I start to really love this book. And so I rated it a 4-star just because there was that big gap at the beginning where nothing really hooked me. And it didn't feel super substantial, I guess, as a relationship. So it was a 4-star. Every single time I read it, it rips my heart out of my chest when a certain thing happens. We all know what I'm talking about. If you've read the book, you know what happens. You know what rips your heart out of your chest. If I would give it 5 stars, it would be just because of the family dynamic that they had at the end. They are such a unit. They are the best family that I think I've ever read about. I love them so much that you can never make me hate them. You could never make me dislike them. If nobody loves them, I'm dead. They're just everything. So 4 stars for them. I wish it was higher, but like I said, it's because of the beginning. I mean, it had to be that way for the relationship to go the way that it was and for us to get so invested when it actually did happen. But it just wasn't something that really hooked me at the beginning because there was no emotional foundation there. Since it was all kind of lusty. The next was Play Along. It was a 5-star. It was the best. I love Play Along. Play Along was everything. Play Along, it was just everything. It had me hooked from the jump. I immediately started it and knew right away, this is the best one. No other book in the series hooked me as fast as Play Along did. The prologue for Play Along had me hooked. The prologue for Play Along had me just so intrigued, so hooked, so in love. It was everything. I literally have not a single complaint about Play Along. You could not hear a bad word come out of my mouth about Play Along. It is everything. It's the best book in the series, in my opinion. Caught Up makes you feel the most, but Play Along is the one that just makes your heart warm. It makes your heart happy. It makes me happy. Everything about Play Along is just the best. Like, Isaiah and Kennedy as a couple, individually, they just everything. It's just so many little things there. Like the scene where Kennedy's frowning and Isaiah takes her mouth and goes like this. Or when they're walking through the crowd and he reaches his hand back like this so she can grab it so she doesn't get lost. Or where he comes into the workout room one day because he just misses her and wanted to give her a hug. It's just little things like that that is just, oh, they had me. Hook, line, and sinker, I'm theirs. I just loved them. And I loved them so much. I could talk on and on and on about Play Along. Basically, it's 5 stars. Go read it, please. It was everything. I loved it. I have no complaints about it. They were just adorable, but then also, oh, the depth. It was everything. They were amazing. They were my favorite. I don't know if you can tell. The next book was Rewind It Back. I was disappointed with this. I'm having a hard time rating this. I've been sitting with it for almost a week. And as of right now, this may change by the time my wrap-up goes out at the end of the month, but as of right now, I think I'm sitting at a 3.5. But here's the thing, that feels too harsh because I was sitting there, I was looking at my 3.5s. I went through and I looked through all of my Storygraph ratings for all of the books that I read this year, seeing like, okay, what level is this similar to? Like, where can I put this that feels right? Nothing felt right because I love Rio so much. I love this universe so much, and I love this series so much. And none of the books in those categories fit on that level. But all of them were the same level of boredom. I hated it. I didn't hate it. I hated
how I felt about this. This was devastating to me. This was my most anticipated read since 2022, let me tell you. I think I've said that quite a few times in this video. I was so sad by this. The devastation I felt while I was reading this was horrendous. Don't get me wrong, we got to see where a bunch of little quirks that Rio had came from, and a lot of them were from Hallie, which was really cute, but their current relationship didn't hook me at all. Their past relationship did. Rio's relationship with the friends, especially the girls. I love the girls' nights from his POV. It was so cute. I love his friendship with Indy. Just all of the external stuff that wasn't the center plot line. The external stuff, plus the past chapter, were phenomenal. I would rate that 5 stars if I could, because I love Rio. But the present romance was so boring to me, and it was devastating. Granted, a lot of people that I know read and rated this 5 stars, but I think I went into it with such high expectations that... And also, I read this immediately after Play Along. I think I started either the same day or immediately after. And so I went into this after a 5 star, which is a recipe for disaster. And so it just kind of sucked in comparison, which is devastating, obviously, because I wanted to love this so unbelievably much. This is the one I was most excited for out of all of them. And I didn't really like it at all. But it also made me cry at the end. Because like I said, all of the external stuff was done phenomenally. It was done phenomenally. I'm talking a lot about this book, but there were a lot of moments between Rio and Hallie that were really cute. A lot of it was just when we got to see how gone they actually were for each other. I love stuff like that, where people wait for each other for so long. Like in Play Along, where Isaiah finds out that Kennedy's single, so he waits for her. Stuff like that. But with Rio Hallie, it was amplified 1,000,000%. But there were good things about this book. I can't talk too bad about it, because there were redeeming qualities here. It wasn't all bad. But it just didn't live up to my expectations, unfortunately. So I'm really bummed about that, because this is what I went into the reread for. So this is the book that I wanted the most. So also, knowing that the series is over is devastating on its own. But then ending the series on kind of a low note just wasn't the greatest. I wanted to love this so badly, and it just wasn't everything that I was wanting. But I would still recommend this book because a lot of people I know loved it, like I said. So I would still recommend it. I would recommend this series as a whole. Let's finish this off with this because I've been talking for way too long. But this series is everything. I only had 1 5-star in this series, but this is a 5-star series. 100%. No question. This is an everything series to me. This is a series that I think about all the time. And I think that's the case for a lot of people, especially with Ryan Shea. So many people, after they read this, he's one of their book boyfriends forever. He is so well loved, and for good reason. And a lot of these guys are. And a lot of the girls are, because there's just so much depth in this series. There's just so much everything in this series. I love this series. I love it so much. So please read it. I know I've said some not so nice things about Rewind It Back, sadly. But this series as a whole is just everything. I love this series. I'm devastated it's over, but I'm so happy that we get Monty and Reese's book, which means more Isaiah and Kennedy and more Kai and Miller, which I can't wait for. But, which is speaking of as well, I think that she also set up the next series really well. And so this series, this world is just everything. These are some of my favorite characters. These are characters I'm going to love forever. This is a series I'm going to reread over and over and over again. And who knows, maybe the next time I pick up Rewind It Back, which, let's be honest, I'm picking this up again because I need to love it more than this. I think this is just right book, wrong time. So I would recommend this with my whole heart and soul. I love this so much. So please read it. And also, thank you for following along on this journey with me. I hope this video isn't too long. I've got a lot of footage right now, so I'm kind of nervous. But thanks for sticking with me and listening to all my ramblings and listening to me say the same things over and over and over again. I'm hoping to do a lot more vlogs soon. So I've got a couple that I really want to do. I want to do off campus really bad. Well, that whole universe. And I want to do Out on a Limb and Out in the Woods. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. That duology. Or the 2 books that are out currently. I also want to do the Salacious Players Club series. There's a couple more that I want to do. But that's it for right now, off the top of my head. So thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate if you've stuck till the end. I love you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I hope I see you again soon. Have a good day, my loves.